Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
अवगुण परे एक गुण नाही, अमृत छाड़ बिखे बिख खाही, माया मोह परम पै फूले, सुतदारा स्यो प्रीत लगाई। एक उत्तम पंथ सुनियो गुर संगत, त्रह मिलंत जम त्रास मिटाई। एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की, गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई, गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई। गुरु प्यारे साध संगत जी, रल मिल के फतेह बलानी जी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Maharaj ji Kirpa, we're getting through Job Sahib in English. Last week we got to Tada Sachda Anand Sarbang Panasi Anupe Arupe Samastul Nivasi. O Vaheguru Ji, you are always Sat Chit and Anand. You are in bliss, and you are truth, and you are true consciousness, and you are actually the destroyer of everybody. Not only do you take care of everybody, you're also the destroyer of everybody. And Maharaj says, Anupe, your praise can't be done. Arupe, you have no form. Maharaj, Samastul Nivasi, you are in everything. Harek cheez de vich, your Nivas, your home is in everything. There's nothing we can point to and say, that is not God. God is not inside that thing. So then Maharaj carries on. Sada, Siddha, Buddha, Briddha Karta. Adho Ord Adhang, Agang, Oga Harta. So there's a lot of, bit of, Job Sahib is a little bit like practice for singing as well, because a whole mouth gets used up. These muscles, these words are very different from how we would normally use them. So Maharaj says, Sada, Siddha, Buddha, Briddha Karta. O Vaheguru Ji, Sada. Sada means always. And also, Siddh. Siddh is powers, spiritual powers. And the word Da, Siddh Da, the word Da there means about giving, Dat. So, Siddha, Buddha, Briddha Karta. Vaheguru Ji, you give spiritual powers and you give Buddhi as well. Buddh is intellectual powers. And Briddh, the word Briddh, one old meaning is old person. But in this case, it's not Briddh as in old, it's Briddh as in big. So, Maharaj, you make us big. Briddha Karta, you make us big. So, Vaheguru Ji, you forever, you give spiritual powers, you give intellectual powers. And Vaheguru Ji, you also make us big. You are the source of growth. We might feed a child, and we think we made that child big. But actually, we didn't make that child big. Vaheguru Ji made that child big. We might get intelligent, we might make loads of money. We might in fact get very spiritually powerful. But all those things are gifts of Vaheguru. They're not from ourselves. That's why we always start off by saying, Eh bhi daat teri data. Vaheguru Ji, everything is a gift from you. And the worst thing we can do is become a Akirtkana, which is to be ungrateful for those things that are being given to us. Akirtkana is somebody who doesn't thank the source of everything, which is Vaheguru. And then Adho Urdh Ardhang Aghang Oga Harta. Vaheguru Ji, the word Adho means lower places, the hells. Ord means the heavens. So this is talking about the three places. And Ardhang, the word Ardhang means in between. So you are in, and then it says Adho Ord Ardhang, which means that Vaheguru Ji, you are in the lower places, you are in the heavens, and you're also here where we are in between. And then Aghang Oga Harta. The word Aghang is from fire. So Agni. Agang Og Harta. The word Og means sins, our pap. So, Vaheguru Ji, Harta means destroyer. You are the destroyer of the pap. You are the destroyer of all of ours. You, in the fire, you burn our sins. Now, how does Vaheguru Ji burn our sins? It's an interesting idea Maharaj put there. That Aghang Og Harta. With the fire, they burn our sins. What fire is that? That fire is a fire of saying Vaheguru, Naam. By calling God, it's like a little spark. And all of our sins are described. If, for example, if you read Jet Sri Kivar, Maharaj describes that our sins are like a massive load of straw. A big pile of straw, or let's say wood. And in that wood and straw, and as big as it could be, all it takes to burn it all down is one spark. So that Waheguru who lives in the heavens, in the hells, and in here, who is everywhere, if we call upon him, then he can burn away all of our pap. That's why even in Japji Sahib it will say, Sun'e dukh paap ka nas. Just to listen to Bani is that powerful. All of our paps can be wiped out just by listening to Gurbani. So imagine what could happen if we started not just to listen, but to accept and to follow it. How much more would we get? It wouldn't just be a negative situation where all of our paps gets wiped out. It'd be a positive situation. We get to experience the Naam. So Maharaj says, Adho or the Ardang, Agang o Gaharta. And Maharaj says, Param, Param, Parmeswarang, Proch Palang. Sada, Sarvada, Siddh, Data, Dayalang. O Waheguru Ji, you are Param, Param, Parmeswarang. Param means supreme. So if you know somebody called Paramjit, then that name means the supreme victory. Param Jot, the supreme light. So these words we should understand because our names come from these words. And so does the word Parameswar. Param Ishwar, the supreme deity, the supreme God. Param Ishwar. So Param, Param, Parameswarang. Waheguru Ji, you are the supreme deity. You are the supreme being worthy of worship. Proch Palang. Now the word proch has two meanings. One meaning is that the word pal, firstly, is about taking care of something. So proch, when it means the earth, then it can mean that Waheguru Ji, you are the supreme creator, Waheguru, but also you take care of the whole world. Proch Palang. But the word proch can also mean hidden. So Waheguru Ji, not only are you the supreme being, but also you are hidden. But not only are you hidden, you take care of everything. Proch Palam. You take pal, to see pal de hegyo. And then Maharaj says, Sada Sarvada Siddh Data Dayalang. Sada, forever. Sarvada, for everybody you give. Da means again giver. So Sarvada, you give to everybody. Siddh. Siddh means spiritual powers and blessings. In fact, the word Siddh can mean to master something as well. So when we have the theory of Bani, the theory of what we want to achieve in this world, then to be Siddh Karna means to achieve it, to actually fulfill it, to make it, to perfect the technique. So the blessing can also be Naam. Naam nu bhi Siddh Karna honda hai. That means that we achieve Naam by working hard, by doing Kamai. And then Maharaj says, Data Dayalang. You are the compassionate giver, Waheguru. Dayal means Kirpa. Dayal means compassionate. So Waheguru Ji, you are the compassionate giver of all of these things, of all spiritual blessings to every single person forever. And no one can see you, but you take care of everything. You are the supreme Waheguru. And the Maharaj says, Asheddi, Apedi, Anamang, Akamang. Waheguru Ji, you are Asheddi. You cannot be cut, you can't be ripped. You are Apedi. The word ped means in this way that you can't pass them. Impossible, you can't break them. If they have a system, you can't break that system. So you are Apedi and Anamang. Waheguru Ji, we've come across this before. You have no name. Now, it's interesting sometimes because we talked about this before. That name is actually one of the biggest causes of ego. We always want our name to be known. And Bani was saying, Maharaj, koi nao na jane mera. Nobody should know my name. Nobody should even know who I am. And no one knows Waheguru as well. No one knows their special name. No one is closer to them than anybody else. They are completely nirlep from this world. And in one way, they are Anamang. Because you can call them what you like, but no one will know their special name. They have no name. And they never take, although they do everything, they never ever take responsibility for it. We would like to say that I earned this money, I gave this money away, and never ever will there be a sign that comes up from heaven, no, I did this. You know, if it was you and your mates, and somebody said to you, oh, thank you for doing that, but it wasn't you that did it, so your mate, And then if he said, oh, it's all right, thanks very much, yeah, then you would probably butt in and say, hold on, you didn't do that, I did it. Yeah, because our ego pops up. We want to take responsibility, but you know why, Guruji? They are anamang, they have no ego. No matter what we do, never ever will we hear from God, I did that, not you. But actually at the same time, if we are blessed, then we get to see the signs that remind us of the truth. So Guru Sahib's signs come in front of us and we realize, hold on, that wasn't me. That was a blessing from Waheguru. So they are anamang and they are akamang. They have no desire. The word kam also, obviously it means lust, but it also means desire. So they have no desire. And then Maharaj says, Samasto paraji samastastatamang. So, samasto paraji. The word paraj means creation, utpati, to create something. Samasto means everything. So Maharaj, you make everything, you create everything. And then samastastatamang. The word tam means house. And samastast means inside everything. Bow to you who are inside everything. You are inside all houses and you are inside all creation. Samasto paraji. You make everything and you are inside everybody. How are they inside everybody? Because sometimes when we're trying to find Waheguru, we don't know where to look. We keep coming to Gurdwara. Maybe we look up. Maybe we look down. We look inside. And people think, what should I concentrate upon when I do my part? Where should I look? What should I think about? Because Bani will say, ki, in your mind, think about Guru. Guru ki murat man mein dhyan. So think about Guru. But what is Guru? Guru is our Bani. So what Maharaj is saying is, in your mind, think about Bani. In your head, think about Bani. When you speak it, listen to it. So if Waheguru is inside us, then the fastest way to find Waheguru is just to find it inside us. Not go anywhere else. They are inside us. Samastastatamang. Their house is inside us. So when we sit and we close our eyes and we say Waheguru, 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 we are calling them. But sometimes you don't have to call them outside. We can call them from inside. Say, Maharaj, Aajo, you're inside me. Let me see you, you're inside me. Let me see your light inside me. So that's the last chant, 61 of that section. Then Maharaj says, Tera jor chachri chand. Now this is, in a way, when we're trying to understand Jap Sahib, I always see this as a quarter of the way through. Although it's not, it's 61. But in my head, because when you try to memorize a part, then what you try to do is you try to break it up into sections that are easily recognizable. It's like markers, mental markers in your mind, where you are. So this is kind of like a quarter of Jap Sahib we've gone through now. And if we want to start to memorize Jap Sahib, then maybe we should start to memorize up to this part, Tera Jor. And then from here, the next section is going to be up to Gobinde Mukande. That's halfway through. And then you can see that the next half can be divided into two bits as well. So Maharaj says, Tera Jor. O Waheguruji, with your power. Jor we know means power, like Akhan Jor, Chupehna Jor, from Japji Sahib. So, Waheguruji, Tera Jor. Not my Jor. Guru Sahib is not saying that with my power I do this. Guru Sahib is saying with your power I do this. Just like it's Japji Sahib, Jis hat jor karve khesoi. Nanak uttam neech na koi. What Guruji is saying, in your hands is all the power. It's not in my hands. And then, Chachri Chand. Now we talked about Chachri Chand, that this is like a 4-letter chand. Almost like there's 4 very quick parts to it in each chand. And it's very quick when you say this. So it's nice to, you can sing it slowly, but actually there's a lot of biras inside it. So, Tera Jor Chachri Chand. Jale hain, thale hain, apit hain, ape hain, prabhu hain, aju hain, ades hain, apes hain. So you can see the section's very small, like a little marker. Maharaj says, Jale hain. Remember that word hain, it's not hair, it's hain. It's a little nasal sound. If you don't know how to read Gurmukhi yet, when we get to that, we're starting the series on the YouTube channel. We've already put up the first 4 videos on it. So we should try, if we can't understand Gurbani, if our kids can't understand Gurbani, then get onto the YouTube channel and start reading the akkars. And this hair is one laga matra, it's a little bindi on top. And what it will do is cause it nasalize. So jale hain. Waheguruji, you are in the water. The word jal means pani. So jale hain, you are in the water. And thale hain. Waheguru Ji, you are in the thal. Thal means like earth, and it can also mean like dry land. So you're in the wet areas and you're in the dry areas. You're in the seas and the oceans and you're on the land. Now, this is interesting because, you know, in many religions, they try to point out where God is. Everybody will try to say God is here or God is there. So if you were in the Islamic religion, then you would say that God is not in the world. God is transcendent. Waheguru Ji is not in the world. And if you try to tell them, well, no, Waheguru is everywhere, they will disagree because they will say, well, look, in this world, there are many things that are unclean, napak. Those unclean things can't have God inside them because God is pak, right? But Guru Sahib has always said to us that that's not the case. God is inside everything, in every being, and inside every inanimate object as well. Not the things that just move, but the things that don't move, like stones. In the water, in the ground, in the earth itself. Because for us, Waheguru Ji is like energy, jor. So energy, in fact, if you understand chemically, in physics as well, we can understand the sciences is that there is no such thing as matter. All there is energy moving. All the time it's vibrating. So this is scientifically true, that every single thing is energy, and that's why Waheguru is the source of all energy. Tera jor. You're inside everything. And in your power, Waheguru Ji, is all the water and all the land. And if you were in the Hindu Dharam, then you would say that God is inside the mandir or inside the murtis. And Maharaj is saying, no, he's not just there, he's in nature. You don't have to go to a specific temple. You don't have to go to a specific water place, some specific tirat. He's in everywhere. Wherever you go on this planet, in any ocean or upon any country, Waheguru Ji is there. You don't have to worry about traveling. As a Sikh, you know, we're happy to travel. Waheguru Ji is everywhere. There's no specific place we're going to lose out. He's not just in the west or in the east. Now, even if you were Islamic, God might not be anywhere. You'd be bowing down to one place. Yeah? Maharaj is saying, no, he is everywhere. Jale hai, thale hai. Apeet hai, ape hai. Waheguru Ji, you are apeet. The word peet can mean without cover. So the peet can mean cover, and apeet means you are without cover, you are not hidden. Now you might say, well, hold on, Waheguru Ji is hidden. But if he's in the water and in the land, then he's not hidden, is he? Everywhere we can see him, wherever we want. He is there. But also the word peet can mean fear. So apeet means, Waheguru Ji, you are without fear. And then ape hai. Pe comes from the word pace, appearance. So if you are without appearance, you are intangible. No one can see you. So you can't be touched. You can't be seen. Now, although you are in the water and you are in the earth, Guru Sahib is saying no one can touch you either. So if Maharaj is playing with our minds in one way, Maharaj is trying to get us to break our idea of God is here and God is not there. He's inside everything and he's inside nothing as well. And then Maharaj says next, to explain to us even more, Prabhu hai, Aju hai. Waheguru Ji is Prabhu. The word Prabhu comes up all the time and we use it in normal Punjabi. That is God. But it actually means transcendent God. So although he's in the water, he's in the land, he's separate from it all. He is Prabhu. And then Aju hai. He's outside the Juni. He's not in the life cycle that we are inside. We are inside in the Jews, but Waheguru Ji is not inside the Junes. He's outside. Aju hai. And then Ades hai, Apes hai. They have no country. There's no desh that is Waheguru's desh, and there is no pace that is Waheguru's pace. Again and again this will come up in Jap Sahib, Ades hai, Apes hai. Because the word desh means country, but the word pace often means costume of that country. So in this country, the costume is trousers and shirts. Yeah. Now, Waheguru Ji has no such costume. So if you were in Punjab, then it might be kurta pajama over there. If you were in some other countries, it would be a long cloak down to here. If you look at the Burmese Sikhs who live in Burma, they wear a long lungi like all the other Burmese people, yeah? So there is no specific costume for Guru. Now, yes, we have our case and our panch kakars, but it doesn't mean that when a Sikh goes out into the real world, when I say real world, I mean, you know, kamkar, that they can't just wear the normal clothes of local area. We're not some cutter group. And you can't just say to somebody, oh, ene suit paya, dadi banni hui hai, he's got the style of pug, that he is not really a guru's warrior. It doesn't work that way. Maharaj told us many times, don't judge on the outside. Yeah? So we shouldn't try. As a Sikh, we should try our best to understand these words. Ki ades hain, apes hain. That we shouldn't be judging people upon which country they come from or what kind of clothes they wear. The inside is very important. The Maharaj says, Bujang prayat chand. Again, Bujang means snake. So this chand is going to go like a snake. It's going to go like this and like that, left and right. Sometimes it will go into positives of Vaheguru. Sometimes it will go into negatives of Vaheguru. And then Priyat, Par Yatra, is trying to give us a view of what's beyond. We are on this world right now, but Bani has come from the other world. So Bani from the other world will try to show us what the other world is like, what we should be aspiring towards. Bujang Priyat Chand. Maharaj says, Agade abade anandi sarupe namo sarvamane samasti nidhane. O Vaheguru Ji, you are Agade. You are Agad. Agad is like a really deep, unfathomable ocean. We can never work out how deep you are, Vaheguru. We can never get to the ends of you. And it's a bit like a fish would look at the ocean. The ocean, as a human being, we might be able to chart the ocean. But for that fish, it can't chart the ocean. It's too big for it. And then, Abade. Now, Bad, it comes from the word to tie. Bandhan karna. So you can't tie up Vaheguru. Because they're so deep, they're so unfathomable, we can't find the ends to wrap them around with a string. They are Abade. They can't be tied down, they can't be bound down. And then Anandi Sarupe. Vaheguru Ji, your form, your Sarup is of Anand. Your very form is of bliss. Now, if their form is of bliss, then when we connect to Vaheguru, we will get bliss. We talked about this many times, that the word Naam, the easiest translation in English is connection. So when we connect to Vaheguru, we are expecting to feel bliss. I was talking to this lady this week, and she was talking about how she did all this Sahaj Yoga, other stuff, and it started to get her Kundalini rising. So I just asked the question. I said, Panji, did you feel the Anand? And she said, no. It was a bit of heat. It was different things. I said, you didn't feel the bliss? No. So basically, she got to experience her own energy, but she didn't get to experience Vaheguru. So a lot of yoga was trying to get to your energy to get awakened, right? And you can say, well, inside me is the energy of God as well, and that's true. But what you want to do is connect to the Supreme Being. And if we're not getting bliss, then we're not going the right way. It's like the pointer. You know, when you're going the right way, when you play with kids' games, you say like hot, hot, cold, cold, hot, hot. Yeah? As they come closer and they go further away. So they know what they're getting pointed in the right direction. So the bliss is kind of like the right direction. As we start to feel bliss, as we start to feel Maha Anand, as we connect to Vaheguru, we're enjoying it, that's like a good pointer that you're going the right way. Don't get scared about it. We are expecting to feel very happy when we find Vaheguru. We're not expecting to get all sad and morose, yeah, because they are Ananda Sarup. Now it will be true, some people will get sad. They'll start crying because they'll start to miss Vaheguru. Yeah? They'll be in Kirtan programs and they'll be crying. You don't need to go up to them and ask them if they're okay. They're fine. Yeah? They're just experiencing God right now and they're crying for God. So if you don't know what that feeling is like to cry for God, then that means that this person has been blessed to go closer. Yeah? So in fact, the tears that come into us in Bani, the tears that come in the Gurdwara are good tears. They're not bad tears, they're good tears. Because our heart is opening up. If somebody is hard-hearted, they'll never cry. If somebody is soft-hearted, they'll start to cry. So Bani is about making this heart very soft as well. So Maharaj says that you are Anandi Sarupe Vaheguru Ji. You are Anand. You are pure bliss. And then, Namo Sarab Mane. I bow to you, Vaheguru. Sarab means everybody. Mane means respect. Everybody respects you. Vaheguru Ji, even the people of the heavens, the people in the hells, and the people on the earth, everybody respects you. Now you might say, well, that's not true. You know, you put up videos or whatever, people keep coming on cussing God. They go, there's no such thing as God. Nahi mande. Maharaj saying, everybody mans you. But, in fact, the word manana can also mean to accept something. And everybody accepts God's hukum. You can't help but accept it because you're inside it. They're the one that decide everything. So we might be able to say, well, I don't accept God, but we still breathe. We can't stop breathing, can we? Yeah? We can't stop eating. It's a system that they made. We have to play the system. If we don't, we'll just die. And even then, when we're dying, somebody might be able to revive us, depending upon Waheguru's power, or not. So many scientists and physicians realize that they don't know much. After all this time of working, they'll say, well, we've done all we can. The rest is in God's hands. Because everybody accepts that the system, the whole power, everything comes from Waheguru. So, and also, Sarvamane can mean that all respect comes from you, Waheguru. The deepest form of respect we get from Sikhi is that people start to praise you all the time. And it's a bit of a problem sometimes as you start to follow Sikhi. Everybody's always coming up to you and praising you. Yeah? And you're like, you know what, I don't need that. I need to get on my Sikhi. I don't need you to come up and tell me, oh, thanks so much, great, great, great. Yeah? Even your family will start to say, oh, tu to bahut sant banda ban gaya. You become a sant now. You started to stop eating meat. You started to stop drinking, stop going out. They'll start taking the mickey out of you as well, a little bit as well. Yeah? But this is the way it is. We can't help it because Maharaj has made the system that people start to respect the Sach. And that's why it says in Bani, Sache Marag Chaldeyan, Ustat Kare Jahan. As you start to walk upon this true path, then the world will start to praise you. It's just part of the problems. Everybody who becomes more spiritual will end up having to deal with ego because people will start to respect them. And that's one of the problems that comes. It's one of the tests of spirituality. So then Maharaj says, Samasti Nidhane. Samasti means everything. Nidhan means the storehouse. So Waheguruji, you are the storehouse of everything. You are where everything comes from. You have everything. When we talk about everything, Sikhis told us the 4 things that we should be aiming for. Char Padharat, Char Epai. If we follow Sikhi, we get 4 things. Dharam, righteousness, to live a righteous life, to be fulfilling our duty to God and to society. Okay? Then Arth. Arth means wealth. Yeah? We won't, mostly if you follow Sikhi, you won't be destitute because Maharaj says Kirt Karo. And the more respectful and better person you are in business, the more people will trust you, more business will come this way. It's true that some people think it's good to cheat and make money. But in the long term, the more honest you are, the more you'll be trusted. Arth. And then Kam. To be married, to be taking part in normal worldly things. And then finally, Moksh. Mukti. Those are the things that we want, really. We want to have a normal life. We want to be blessed with righteousness. We want to be blessed with Naam. And finally, we want to get Mukti. So these things come from Waheguru. Namara says, Namastang Nirnathe. Oh Waheguruji, I bow to you, you have no Nath. Nirnathe. You have no master. The word Nath can mean master, it can also mean father. So you are Nirnathe, not only have you no master, but you have no father. Nobody made you Waheguruji, you are Nirnathe. Not Namastang, it's Namastwang. The next few lines, Pankti Jawab Sahib, Maharaj will say Namastwang with the Vava underneath. That's one of the Laga Matra in Gurumukhi. Underneath the Tatta, you'll have a little Chota Vava. And that means it's Tva. Tvang, like Tva Prasad. So Namastwang Nirnathe, Namastwang Pramathe, Namastwang Aganje, Namastwang Apanje. Waheguruji, I bow to you, Namastang Aganje. You cannot be broken, Waheguruji, you are impregnable. And Namastwang Apanje. I bow to you, Waheguruji, you cannot be destroyed. No one can try to destroy Waheguru. No matter what they do, this rule, this hukum cannot be broken. Hukume andar sabko bahar hukum na koi. So when we understand the hukum can't be broken, Waheguruji can't be broken, we have to start to fall in line with the hukum. It's like when you take somebody into the army, initially you have to train them. And the problem is they want to do things their way. Right? So what happens is they break them in training. They make them run around like crazy, shout at them, scream at them, until finally they just do what you tell them to do. Yeah? And then they can train you up to do it properly. So in many ways, in Sikhi, we've been told the same thing. You can do all you want, run around, you will finally fall at your Guru's feet and say, Har thake main tode dwar aaya Maharaj. Now you tell me what to do. And then when Guruji is ready to teach you. So we have to go to Guru Sahib empty. We can't go to them with full of hankar, say, I know how to do this. We have to go to them and say, Maharaj, tusi dasso. tell me what I should do because I don't know anymore. I've tried everything else, it hasn't worked. Because they are a panje, they can't be destroyed, so we accepted them. And then namastwang akale, namastwang apale. Waheguru Ji, I bow to you, Maharaj. You are akale. You are outside of time. The word kal can mean time and it can mean death. So Waheguru Ji, you are outside of time and you are outside of death. You are immortal and you are without time. They are everywhere, in all time and outside of all of time. So they are timeless and immortal. And namastwang apale. I bow to you, Waheguru Ji, I bow to you. You do not need anybody to protect you. Apale. Pal now means to look after something. So we get paled by our parents, we get paled by Waheguru, but they don't get looked after by anybody. There's no one who is there to defend Waheguru, there's no one there to look after them. They are almost, it's a bit lonely being Waheguru, in one way you might say. They got no father, they got no friends, nirsangi, they got no one to look after them. So you might say, well, they must be sad, but they're not sad. They're Ananda Sarup. Yeah, they're the very form of bliss. That's why our mind can't comprehend them, because the qualities that they have, we can never have. They're totally separate from us. Then it goes to Namo Sarabadese, Namo Sarabapese. About you, Waheguru Ji, you are in all countries, and you are in all pace, you are in all costumes. Now earlier on, Maharaj in Tera Jor said that you are a dese and a pese. Now Guru Gobind Singh Ji is telling us, Namo Sarvadese, Namo Sarvapese. So you see how it's a bit like a snake? Maharaj is getting us to break our mind down. Don't have any conceptions of Waheguru. In Sukhmani Sahib, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj says to us, what can a child know about his father? In many ways, you look at our children, how much we do for them, and they're so little, and they won't remember when they get older. And those that have got older parents who try to tell their kids, this is what it was like when I looked after you. But the kids will never understand. Even when we get older, when I'm my age, I look at myself and I think, oh, how much my dad must have done for me. But I'll never know. I'll never know. Yeah? What we'll never know what our parents did for us. That's why Mother says to respect your parents, because we will never know how much they did for us, how much sacrifice for us, how many weekends, how many holidays, how many little decisions they made just to take care of us and not take care of themselves. We've seen how society can go very wrong when parents stop looking after kids. But that little bit of love, that little bit of taking care of you, hopefully that will percolate down into us. Then we'll start taking care of our kids as well in the same way. We'll make sacrifices for them. Because it's kind of like the life cycle. They look after us, so we look after our grandkids, their grandkids. So, Maharaj Kirpa, all of us can start to respect our parents, look after them as much as we can, because Bhai Gurdas does say that we should always try and respect our parents, what they will do for us. And that's why we will never know what Waheguru Ji does for us as well, because they look after everybody. They are sabnu palde hege. Maharaj says, Namo Raj Raje, Namo Saj Saje. About you, Waheguru, you are the king of all kings. And then about you, Waheguru Ji, you are the Saj of all Saj. Now the word Saj is actually a musical instrument. Now, in one way, these are not the musical instruments that we were blessed with by our Guru. A lot of people don't know this, yeah, because it's, you know, when you come to Gurdwara, I know you've all been there, I've been there. Come here, matha take, go, have langar, go home. Right? There's never every question mark that you think this is how it's always been, yeah. But notice this instrument, and notice how much it looks like those German harmoniums. That's because it is a German musical instrument, yeah. Now Germany is nowhere near Punjab, yeah, nowhere near Punjab. So this thing is not traditional Sikh instrument. This harmonium is actually a German instrument. Maharaj has given us saj, real saj. They are stringed instruments. They're not played like a piano. They got strings. The good thing about strings is that you can bend them. This is just a button thing. You can't bend these. There's loads of half notes, not the full note, but a half note. It's called meedna, to bend the string. You can't do that with these instruments. These are not ideal for rag. The rag gets simplified. You can't get the full rag out of this. So actually, those people that do rag in harmonium will never get the full rag. You just can't. So Maharaj has blessed us with instruments like the taus, like the dilruba, like the sarangi, the saranda. These are the traditional Sikh instruments, and hopefully over time, with investment, not by magic, with investment, we can start to bring these instruments back into our mainstream Sikhi, because they pretty much left mainstream Sikhi now, to bring them back. So Maharaj, you are the Saja, you are the instrument of all instruments. But the word Saj also means to create, Sajna. So, Vaheguruji, you are the king of all kings, and you're the creator of all creators. You make everything. That's when Maharaj says, Namo Saha Sahe, Namo Maha Mahi. I bow to you, Vaheguruji, you are the Shaha of all Shaha. The word Shaha can mean the king, emperor. It's a Mughal word. Raj is a Indian word, and Shaha is a Persian word. So, Namo Shah Shahe. You are the emperor of all emperors, but also the word Saha in Punjabi can mean breath. Saha lena. So, Namo Saha Sahe. You are the breath of all breaths, Vaheguru. You are the pran of all pran. Pran ke bachaiya. Pran, Vaheguruji, you are the giver of the breath. So, you are the breath of all breaths. And Namo Maha Mahi. The word Maha means month. It literally means month, but it doesn't mean the month in the English month, which is solar calendar. It's the lunar month. So it's about the moon. So in the Indian calendar, if you didn't know, it's not divided by the solar cycle of 1 year, 365 days, but by the lunar cycle of how long it takes for 1 month to get to the full moon. And that's why we celebrate things as Sagrand. And they don't fall on the same day, and Puran Mashi, because it's about the lunar calendar. So that's why the word moon also comes from the word Maha. So Maha Mahi can mean the moon of all moons. Not just the month of all months, but the moon of all moons. The Maharaj says, Namo Gita Gite, Namo Prita Prite. Oh Vaheguruji, you are the song of all songs. We know the word Geet means Gane, songs. I bow to you, Vaheguruji, you are the song of all songs. And I bow to you, Vaheguruji, you are the love of all loves. The word Preet means love. So if you know someone called Jaspreet or Harpreet, the word Preet there is about love. So Harpreet means love for Vaheguru, love for Hari. And my Guruji, you are the love of all loves. This is an interesting idea, because sometimes when we come to Gurdwara and we think about God, we start to think about God in a very guilty way. Oh, I'm so bad. I don't worship God. Oh, I'm so... And we've got this guilt trip thing. And there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of respect. Yeah? Maharaj says ki Nanak jine man pao, te na man pao. Those that have fear inside them, they also have love. So we need to have adab satkar for our Guru. We can't just treat them like nobody and then say they still love me. We have to have respect for them. But at the same time, they are the love of all loves, because they are the ultimate love. When we love someone else, that love can break. It can go. When we love Vaheguru, that love will not break, because it's the ultimate love. Because that being is our ultimate other side. We all came from them. We have to go back to them. There's nothing but them. There's nothing but Vaheguru. So they are our ultimate love. That's why they're the Preet of the Preets. And that's why Maharaj says in Bani, Sachi Preet, Ham tum syo jori, avar sang tori. The true love are joined to you, Vaheguru. And as I join my love to you, then other loves started to break. So when I was in Derby today, somebody asked the question, how do I get rid of attachment, emotional attachment to family? An interesting question, because, we love our family so much, we think, I find it very hard to separate from my family, because Guru Sahib says, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moho, Ahankar. Moho is attachment. So how do I break attachment? The thing is, in life, you know how you have a horse and you have a cart? The horse always pulls the cart, it doesn't push the cart. If you want to get the horse to go anywhere, make sure you put the cart behind the horse. That's why the saying comes, don't put the cart before the horse, because it won't work. We can push, horses can't. So, in Sikhi, Naam is the horse. Naam will pull everything. Behind it, we will sit, Aram Nal, and it will take us along if we do Naam. So when we break our attachment to other things, the first thing is to start the Naam going. Yeah? You can't sit at home and say, I want to break my attachment, and your family comes and says, come, let's go party. You go, no, I'm not going with you. I'm going to break my attachment to you. That would not be the correct way to start breaking your attachment. Yeah? Because what you're going to do with your time when you're sitting at home, you're probably going to go to PlayStation or on Facebook. Yeah? That's still moho, right? You're just attached to a different thing. Maharaj is saying, break the attachment, you start with Naam. Start by saying Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Start to develop the love for Naam, and then the other attachments will end up breaking away, because Sachi Preet Hum Tum Se Jori. Vaheguru, Tum Se Jori Avar Sang Tori. Start with the Sachi Preet, the rest will follow. And then Maharaj says, Namo Rokha Rokhe, Namo Sokha Sokhe. The word sok, in fact, we've just come from love, but the word sok can mean anger, biras, you know. And Maharaj says, Namo Sokha Sokhe. Vaheguruji, you are the rage of all rage about you. It's a very strange idea, but you know, when we do Biras Bani, we feel full of the power of Vaheguru. If you start to do more Dasam Bani, Maharaj has given that as a gift to us. If we start to do more Dasam Bani, you will feel the power. You will feel the rage. And that's why, when you look at the old Singhs, they used to say that they are so loving in the Darbar, but on the battlefield, they are like lions. Yeah? Ferocious. And that's how the Singhs used to be, because they used to do Dasam Bani. And the more we bring that into our Panth, the more we'll find people that are able to cope with life. Otherwise, you become very weak. Maharaj has given us his gift. Namo Sokha Sokhe. Rokha Rokhe. You're the rage of all rage. And why would you bow to you? Namo Sokha Sokhe. The word Sok can mean radiance as well. So about you, you're the light of all lights. You're the radiance of all radiance. But also, we said the word Sok can mean dry. Sukhjana. So you are the one who dries everybody else up, Namo Sokha Sokhe. All of us, we think we're so full of life. You know the word Punjabi, when you're young in Punjabi, they use the word pariya. So you're full of life. But when you get dried up, you look at an old person, in many ways they are quite, you know, the skin gets wrinkled, the life seems to be soaking away from them. They're sukhagay. And that's why it says Namo Sokha Sokhe, because Vaheguruji, you are the one who causes that to happen. You make us full of life and you take it away from us as well. But while we're alive, whether we're young or we're old or we're even older, what should we do? Naam. Bal, Jawani, Ard, Bird, Pun, Teen Avastha Jan. You got 3 stages of life. Bal, Jawani and Bird. To be young, to be middle-aged, Jwan, and then to be old. And in these 3 stages, without Naam, they're all useless. Sare birtha hai gaye without Naam. So, it's not the case that we should tell our kids, don't do Naam Japana. It's alright, wait till you're older. It doesn't work that way. Start them off young. Even at this age, when they're 7, 8 years old, start them saying Vaheguru, start them doing part. Namo Sokha Sokhe. Then Maharaj says, Namo Sarva Roge, Namo Sarva Poge, Namo Sarva Jitang, Namo Sarva Pitang. O Vaheguruji, I bow to you, Namo to you, Vaheguruji, you are Sarva Roge. You are the disease of all disease. Now you might say, well, that doesn't make any sense. But you know, the disease of a disease will kill the disease. If we get our heads around that. So, what is the biggest disease for us? Homme. Homme, dirag roga hai, daru bi ismahi. The biggest disease is Homme. And how do we get rid of this Homme disease? Naam. About you, Vaheguruji, your name is the killer of the biggest disease, Homme. And Namo Sarab Poge. About you, Vaheguruji, you are the enjoyer of all pleasures. There is no pleasure in this world that is not known to Vaheguru. Sarab Poge. But at the same time, we have to stay within our Maryada. It's not the case that because Vaheguruji is Sarab Poge, they know all the pleasures, that we have to know all the pleasures. No. We don't have to know all the pleasures. What we need to know is what is within our Maryada, in our Hukum. And the Maharaj says, Namo Sarab Jitang, Namo Sarab Pitang. About you, Vaheguruji, you are Sarab Jitang. You are the winner of everything. In fact, the whole of Sikhi is about Vaheguruji winning. That's why we say Vaheguruji ka Khalsa, Vaheguruji ki Fateh. Victory for you, Vaheguruji. We're not working for ourselves, we're working for you. Many people say, oh, you're going to preach Sikhi to people on the streets or whatever. That's rude, because we're not allowed to preach. It's not the case that we're preaching Sikhi, we're preaching Naam. If you meet a Christian person and they say, I don't want to become a Sikh, what are we going to say to them? You're going to go to hell? No, that's not our way. We'll say to them, great, you love Jesus? Brilliant. Wake up in the morning and call for him. Call your Guru. Jesus is their Guru. Our Guru is Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So we're going to call them with Guru, Guru. They're going to say, Jesus, Jesus. Let us preach Naam to the whole world. Let us not preach just Sikhi. And Maharaj says, Namo Sarva Jitang. A victory to you, Vaheguruji. You are always going to be the winner. And Namo Sarva Pitang. A bow to you, Vaheguruji. Everybody is scared of you. The word Pit, I said earlier, means fear. Sarva Pitang. Everybody, Vaheguruji, is scared of you. And actually, that's true. When something really bad happens to us, right, we get scared. We say, Maharaj, save me. Everybody's scared of God turning their back on them and not helping them when they need it. And this is the way the world works. But sometimes we only ask for saving. We never do anything back. We should try our best to do something back as well and not just keep begging from God, save me, save me, save me. They've given us many ways of being saved. And one of the best ways is to do it for yourself by living a good Sikh life. And Maharaj says, Namo Sarva Gyanang. I bow to you, Vaheguruji. You are the biggest Gyan. You are Sarva Gyan. All knowledge is from you. But also, you are the highest form of knowledge. They know everything. All knowledge comes from them. But the highest form of knowledge is them. Sarva Gyan. Brahm Gyan. The highest Gyan, Vaheguruji, is from you. I bow to you. You are the ultimate form of knowledge. And Namo Paramatanang. I bow to you, Vaheguruji. You are Paramatanang. Tan, we said earlier, can mean strength. So they are the ultimate strength. But also, because the word Tan can mean limitless, then it can also mean Paramatanang. You are the creator of the limitless world. The Maharaj says, then very interesting, they say, Namo Sarva Mantrang, Namo Sarva Jantrang. Mantra. Mantra is something which we chant. It doesn't have to be written down. You see in India, when people go to some Baba to get some mantra or some naam, what they will do is they'll blow it into your ear. Yeah? As in some, don't write it down. Don't tell anybody. Yeah? Even though Sikhi is all written down for us. Yeah? Everything's written down. But even then some Baba will come along and say, I'll give you a special mantra. No one even knows his mantra. Only I know it and I'll whisper it in your ear. Don't tell anybody. Don't even say it out loud. Just whisper it to yourself. So the word mantra meant something that was not written down. It was more something to be said. So we have Mool Mantra, which we chant. Bani is not something we just read. We chant it. But also Maharaj says, Namo Sarva Jantrang. The word Jantar is something more that was written down. It's a formula, you might say. And some people even have it on their arms. You know, you get like a lot of, not in Sikhs that much, but in the Muslim world, they have a lot of things where they have a string. On that string, there's some things written down. They have it on their arm. So a jantar was something that was a formula that was written down. You might not even understand it, but it was meant to have power. So Maharaj, you are Sarv Mantrang. You are the biggest mantra of all mantras, and you are the biggest jantar of all jantars. And that's exactly what we're looking at now. Tan Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Guru Granth Sahib Ji is the mantra of all mantras. The Bani is the highest Bani that we sing and we recite it. And it's the highest Bani because it's written down as well. And it's the most amazing thing that's ever been written down in the human history. Because it is. If you study Guru Granth Sahib Ji, you'll be amazed. Now on the Vaheguru course that we're going through right now, last week we covered Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We just spent 1.5 hours just talking about Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Who's inside it? How is it divided? How is it structured? And you'll be surprised how many people have been coming to Gurdwara for 40, 50 odd years, matha taking, have never really looked at Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So it becomes a bit of an idol worship. If you don't look at your Guru, then what are you matha taking to? I know it's a sign of respect to our Guru Granth Sahib Ji because Guru Arjan Dev Ji made it and Guru Gobind Singh Ji made it the Guru, but shouldn't we open it as well? Look inside it. How is it divided? Why is Rag so important to us? These things are very important for us to learn. We can't just treat it always as a ritual. Sikhi is about learning. Namo Sarva Drissang, Namo Sarva Krissang. Vaheguruji, I bow to you, Sarva Drissang. You see everything. Drissang comes from the word Drishti. Drishti means to see something. So Vaheguruji, I bow to you, you see everything. But also, the word Drisht is also used for Kirpa. Kirpa Drishti. So blessings come from Vaheguruji looking upon you. And that's why we say, Maharaj, Sadhya Kirpa Karo. But when Guruji looks, he looks with Kirpa. So you are the one, Maharaj, that looks after everybody. You are the one that does kirpa upon everybody. Sarab Drisang. And about you, Vaheguruji, you are Sarab Krisang. The word Krisang means to be attracted to somebody. So, Vaheguruji, you are the most beautiful thing in the world. Whenever somebody experiences you, straight away they are attracted to you. It's not the case that we say Vaheguru, Vaheguru, and then we might not, if we might get to experience God, and we're saying, oh, it's alright. I'd rather go home and watch TV. No. It doesn't work that way. If you want to go down to a Sikhi, it's almost like in the health warning. Yeah? Be very aware. If you go down Sikhi and you get to experience God, it will change your life. Because it's like falling in love. When you start to fall in love with somebody, it will change your life because then all your priorities change. It's no longer about what you wanted to do previously. Now you want to go back to that experience. You want to meet that person again. Just like if somebody fell in love with somebody who was living in a far-off world, then they'd probably work even harder to save raise the money up to fly there and go and see them. In the same way, when you get into Sikhi, then you will spend more time trying to re-experience God than you would trying to do something else you used to do before. So clubbing might not become so important. Alcohol might not become so important. Experiencing God might become more important. So Vaheguruji, I bow to you. You are Sarab Krisang. You attract everybody. To meet you is to fall in love with you. Maharaj says, Namo Sarab Range. It's good that Maharaj said this next because Range means love. In Bani, Rang means to be in love. So Namo Sarab Range. Vaheguruji, I bow to you. You are all love. All of you is all about love. And then the word Rang can also mean the three rungs are Rajogun, Tamogun and Satogun. Everything in this world has got these colors. Either is Sattvic. Sattvic means something which is very truth orientated. That's why even people in India, they have Sattvic Khana. It's supposed to be very light and not give you any passions or anything. Then there's Tamogun. Tamogun is all about laziness. If you know people that are very lazy, then they might be stuck inside Tamogun. Yeah? And then there's Rajogun. Rajogun is all about doing, about action. So if you see people that can't sit still, then they're probably involved more in Rajogun. So these are the three guns. Vaheguruji, you are Sarabarangi. You are all of those. You are above all of those, and all of those are inside you. Then Maharaj says, Trebhangi Anange. Vaheguruji, you are Trebhangi. The word Pang means to destroy. So Trebhangi means to destroy all the three. Which three is Guruji talking about? Maharaj is talking about the three worlds. The Surlok, Matlok and the Nark. You destroy all three worlds. Trebhangi Anange. Anange. The word Ang means limb. So Anang means without any limbs. Vaheguruji, I bow to you. You have no limbs, you have no body. Nothing which is corporeal, but you can't. We ask them to heart, give me your hand and protect me. Apna haath karo rakhwara. Protect me with your hand. But at the same time, they have no hands. They have no angs. And Maharaj comes to the end of this last two of this chant. Maharaj says, Namo jiva jivang namo bija bije akhijje apijje samastang prasijje. Namo jiva jivang. I bow to you, Vaheguruji. You are the Jeev of all Jeev. You are the life of all life. Every life has come from you, Vaheguruji. That's why we say in Kirtan Soila, Sab mein hai jot, jot hai soe. Tis de chanan, sab mein chanan hoy. So you are the light inside everybody, Vaheguruji. And the Maharaj says, Namo bija bijje. I bow to you, Vaheguruji. You are the seed of all seeds. Even the seed inside us that allows, inside a mother that allows the baby to grow up, that seed is also from Vaheguru. But the mother is from Vaheguru. They are the ultimate seed. When you start, a seed is the source of something. Vaheguruji is the source of everything. At the very beginning, when it all began, with just the Ik Oankar, that one with the sound that made everything, that sound was Vaheguruji making the bij. That was their bij they put into the world. That's why it says in Japji Sahib later on, that they made the whole world. And we say Ades, they say Ades, Ad, Anil, Anad, Anahat, Jug Jug Eko Ves. The last of those bodies with Ades, they say Ades. Nanak Sache Ki Sachi Kar. The one made this. And how did they do it? At the very beginning, they started it all off with the one sound. Om. Just with that sound, they made everything. What we see now, 13.4 billion years ago, was started by Waheguruji, just with one sound. That's how amazing it was. And Maharaj says, Namo bija bijje. Then akhijje apijje. Akhijje. Waheguruji, tusi kade khijde nahi hege. The word khijna means to get angry. We know that from our parents, yeah, and sometimes from the older people. Khij jande hege. Waheguruji akhijje. They never get angry. We could be, in many ways, we think, well, they're never going to accept this puppy person because he's too bad. But they're not like that. No matter where we are in the world, thank God, literally thank God, that they will always accept us. Yeah? Because no matter where we are, if we turn to them, they are akhijje, they will accept us. And they are apijje. They have no desire. They are without anger and without desire. And then samastang prasijje. The prasij word means to be compassionate, to look after people. And I bow to you, Waheguruji, you are samastang prasijje. You are compassionate to everybody, Waheguruji, samastang. And then kripalang sarupe. Kripa, to do grace. You are Waheguruji, your sarup, your form. Earlier we said you are Anandi sarupe. Now Maharaj says kripalang sarupe. Because remember, this is karam naam. This is not the real naam of Waheguru. All of these are, this is the actions. So yes, their form is Anand, but also their form is Kirpa. Their very form is Kirpa. When we come to them and they look at us with their Kirpa Drishti, then we get blessed with Kirpa. That's why we ask the Maharaj, Mainu bhi dekh lo. Like Kabir ji says, I want to die, but I want to die at God's door. Mohe marne ka chaw hai, maro ta har ke dwar, mat har puche kaun hai pare hamare bar. Let it not be that Waheguru see question, say, who is this guy outside my door, dying? You know, I want to die at God's door. Let it not be that God says, who is this guy? Because let God know me and let me know God. How do we know God? When we call them, they will know us. The more we call them, the more they will know us. The more we look after them, the more we listen to their bachan, they will know us. And then when they look at us, we'll get kirpa. So, kripalang sarupe Waheguruji, your very form is of kirpa. Ku karmang parnasi. Waheguruji, I bow to you because you destroy paranasi. Paranas means to nash karna of other things. They destroy ku karmang. Ku, in Punjabi, whenever something is nice, they say su. And when something is bad, they say ku. So ku rehet. Ku rehet means to go against your rehet. So ku karmang means to go against the right actions. Your karam are bad. Bad karam. Ku karmang Maharaj, you destroy all bad people that are doing bad karam. And you destroy all the sins as well. All our kukaram, our bad karma, you destroy it, Waheguruji. When we come to you, you will destroy it. And then sada sarabada ridha siddhang nivasi. Waheguruji, I bow to you. Sada, you are always sarabada. You give to everybody. The word da here means give. Sarabada ridha siddhang nivasi. You are forever the one who gives to everybody. What do you give? Riddhi and siddhi. You bless us with spiritual powers. You bless us with even the ability to complete what you've been telling us. They've been giving us this Bani, but the strength to fulfill that Bani, to fulfill that Naam, to experience them also comes for them. And Riddha Siddhang Nivasi. Nivas means to live inside something. So Waheguruji lives inside the whole world, and they are always giving us, giving all the things that we think we achieve with our own spiritual powers, with our own hard work. They are all gifts of Waheguru. And we should be thanking them for it. So Sada Sarabadha Riddha Siddhang Nivasi. Waheguruji, you are inside it. I bow to you. You're the form of Kirpa. You destroy all of our sins. And you are forever ever giving us all the spiritual powers that we come from following your path. So with that, we've got the 73rd chant of Jap Sahib. So this is the end of that section. The next section will be Charpat Chand Tav Prasad. We're going to go through that next week. So Maharaj Ji Kirpa, we got to the end. We'll finish off. Sorry there was no Kirtan this week, but we had to get through a lot. And also it's hard to get Kirtans. If people want to do Kirtan, by the way, feel welcome to come up to me and say, I'd like to do Kirtan one week. And you know, we have got slots and tabla players, so you feel free to come. If you have, if you didn't know that there is a YouTube channel and you've been listening, remember all this katha is on YouTube. And if your kids aren't coming here, then get them to listen to some of the kathas at home. And then bring them here next time. So, benti hai to Sangat, take a leaflet if you don't know about it, pass the word, tell your friends, like now, we got the Sangat now quite full, it's good. But at the beginning, there was very few people, so do try to turn up for 6 o'clock, and then try and bring your friends as well. If all of us in Southall can make this program, won't say popular, but make this program well attended, that will be a saver from every person, because I'm not here to spread my name. In fact, you shouldn't really know my name. Most people don't. That's a good thing. This is not about me, this is about Bani. In this world of Kaljug right now, we need to attach our Gursikhs to Bani. It's very important that we attach them to Bani. And the only the way that will happen is that we start to bring people here to the Gurdwara. Because even if they listen to YouTube Katha, that's alright. But the power of sitting in Sangat, it can't be underestimated. Maharaj says, Tan tan sat Sangat, Chit haras paya, Milja Nanak Naam Pargas. The Naam comes in Sat Sangat. It's the highest thing in Kaljug. So try and bring your friends, your family, just bring them once. And let's make this program. In Southall, with so many Sikhs, we should have a packed Katha. It's the only Katha in English happening the whole week. So let's try and get more people to come here. If you've got people in your family that are bored of Sikhi, say come 1 week. Maybe you like it. This is how Kirpa works as well. So ehi benti Sikhi, I'm sure I've made loads of mistakes in the Katha. Please forgive me. Deo sajane Sisriya, jo hove sahib syo mele, pura chokka dikhe bakshin ji, fatah jawab fateh vich dena, Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.
Vaheguru Vaheguru